Welcome everyone, we're here with the first battle between Bellacore, more commonly known as Voidlols, and Lunacy in the round of 64 of the Total War Warhammer World Championship. That's quite a mouthful. Looks like it's Skaven versus Chaos on the first map here. And yeah, Voidlols taking a bit of a defensive approach with the dreaded Poison Wind Globadiers, a unit that got nerfed but can definitely still do its value. And something I like to see, the Gutter Runners with Poison to slow the advance of the Chaos Forces. Probably make it easier for these Globadiers to hit stuff. We have the dreaded Plague Priest, who is like a Mortis engine that's better than an actual Mortis engine. And yeah, Snickage and an Assassin can kill pretty much anyone. Yeah, there's some mortars as well, so some Globadiers, some mortars. No over-investment into range, I like that. The Chaos Forces look to be going for a bit of a flank overload on this side. With their dogs, their Marauder Horsemen, they have the Manticores for disruption. And yeah, mostly cheap infantry, which is quite common against Skaven, because they really excel at killing infantry. Sigvald, we'll see how he does against Snickage and the Assassin. He is a tanky character, but in a 2v1 things might still end up badly for him. So the mortars, of course, doing mortar things, but Lunacy is really trying, man. He's trying to dodge those shots, but you see, one shot connects, and these guys will take like 600 damage over time from that, which is kind of nuts. Still. Oh, looks like Lunacy is breaking through here. Getting onto the mortars, he doesn't kill them in the end, but even just stopping them from firing for a little bit is a bit of a victory here. Just be careful though, as the Burning Head rattles through, these assassins are on his Chaos Sorcerer, and he can get killed very quickly by them. Chaos Spawner coming in, and Voidlols wisely pulls back. Plague Priest, he's being attacked by the Feral Manticores. Maybe Feral Manticores would be better used trying to disrupt the Globadiers, because they can definitely kill a Plague Priest over time, but not really when he has so much support, I think. If they're just on him, then they're not cycle charging, which is what they ideally would be doing. Okay, so more Chaos Forces are being routed. And Snickage and the Assassin found that Sigvald is a bit of a tough nut to crack. Now, what is Chaos trying to do exactly? They're just trying to overwhelm. Should probably be using their javelins a little bit more to get rid of the Rat Ogres. And yeah, so far I gotta say, they caused decent amount of disruption, and that's really the win condition against these guys most of the time. Making sure you don't get shot too much by the Poison Wind, because they can really rack up the value. But look, what was I talking about earlier? Sigvald is simply getting slaughtered. You must have seen these battles where an entire army fails and struggles to kill Sigvald, but Deathmaster Snickage and the Assassin, true to their name, they say no problem, and they kill him while barely even taking any damage. Debuffs really coming in handy there, and Deathmaster Snickage with his Weeping Blades and scaling damage, which is also pretty insane, but which I never can really find on his unit card. Yeah, they can kill stuff so quickly. Like if they get their hands on Volkmar, for example, they just butcher him so hard, like even Snickage by himself. And that's a very tanky character. Of course not with the highest stats, but Sigvald has high stats and he still went down. And I think the Chaos Sorcerer is next. Yeah, the Chaos Sorcerer getting slaughtered as well. And with the Council Guard here, these guys now have a very strong presence. Ironically, a Hell Cannon would have actually been quite nice here, considering that there was nothing that could really destroy the Hell Cannon at range, but, you know, that's hindsight. We're facing Warp Lightning Cannons, it would not be funny, I think, face a Hell Cannon, or to have a Hell Cannon. So yeah, the army is actually doing decently well, I would say. They've shut down the ranged for the most part, they've routed a lot of the Skaven, Manticores are doing Manticore things, they've managed to get rid of the Plague Priest. But both leadership units just got destroyed by Snickage and the Assassin. I think that's what's really keeping Void in this game for now. Still has some things to deal with though. The Manticores with their cycle charging could really come in and kill those units. The Chaos Spawn, they're kind of stuck on the Council Guard. That's probably not so good. It's a very potent anti-large unit. Yeah, slowly Void Lols is securing, let's call it his back line. I don't think there are any lines anymore, but we'll call it his back line. He gets his Poison Wind Globadiers back online, and or even just one shot. And these units at this point matter so much. Burning Head will come in, but these guys will not be hurt too much from that. A good reaction from Void Lol there as well. And yeah, the Chaos Sorcerer now definitely dies. Snickage and the Assassin. These guys go invisible. They can lock you down once they get close. So it's really difficult to stay alive against them. You could go in the air, but then you're a big target for other things. Best way is to stay among your own units, but that's kind of difficult as well as your own units start dying and, you know, pushing into stuff. So yeah, initially very good engagements by Lunacy, but the sneaky Assassin's really pulling it back. Imagine if Sigvald was alive at this point. With the help of some of his Chaos Warriors, I think he could have dealt with this Assassin squad, but they were able to focus damage on him so much because he got isolated. And right now, Lunacy is trying to rally his forces, but all of these beat up guys, they're not going to kill what's left here. And the Council Guard, of course, on very low health, but you see it so often with the Skaven where there's like one Council Guard left and they're still giving the Guardian ability to the units around them. Maybe that's something that should change, you know, like the Fanatics, where the ability doesn't work below a certain health threshold. But that's a different thing altogether. And the Manticores, look at the damage values. I think they've racked up quite a lot of value. And they were a way to maybe pull this fight back as well, like if they got some good hits. Snickage, they could maybe kill him and rout him quickly, but they're out of support now. So right now, if they land, I think they will get killed very quickly. Of course, there's still some ammo. Might be used on the Council Guard. But we'll see. Trying to get rid of the Rat Ogres is probably also good, because they could actually block Manticores from getting to Deathmaster Snickage, because at this point, yes, it looks bad for Chaos, but you know, if you've come this far, you gotta keep trying, and Lunacy has to go for that charge on Deathmaster Snickage and hope he can destroy him. There's a very small chance of that actually happening. Void Lols also knows that, no doubt. He'll try to macro against it. But it feels like he's kind of compelled, or that he feels he is compelled by the attacking rules to throw his infantry away before his Manticores have rejoined. I'm not sure if that's true, but in any case it's not what he should be doing, because he could actually suffer army losses before he even gets this charge off. Okay, he goes for the charge, and sad trombone, they do not really connect. We're going for another charge though. Yeah, could go for it again. Remember, he still has a horseman over here attacking these Rat Ogres, and Lunacy is actually doing a pretty smart thing. He, well, as I say it, he almost uses the last of his ammo, but if he uses his ammo, well, there we go. Now he uses the unit, so army losses kicks in. But yeah, if he lost his ammo, he would have gotten army losses sooner. Because losing ammo actually affects army losses, if you can believe that. So yeah, these Chaos Spawn, I feel like they had a good initial engagement, but eventually got stuck on the halberds for too long. Manticores, they were used pretty well to chase stuff off and such, but they were really doing the Warhound's job. Maybe the Warhound should have been Used a little bit less aggressively so they could chase more. And get the missile cav, spending most of its ammo. That means they're always gonna do well. Marauders, yeah, they got hit hard by the Globadiers, as you can see. Globadiers barely changed. Poison Wind Mortars actually shut down really hard. That's not a good damage value for them. Yeah, the Globadiers, you know, as always, pretty much double their value. It's a pretty insane unit if you ask me. These Gutter Runners, yeah, they were quite useful as well. They're kind of like Chameleon Skinks, just a bit more on the expensive side. Just very hard to deal with in general. Voidwalls did lose his Plague Priest relatively early, so I don't think he's feeling too comfortable about that game, but, you know, player of his caliber can find the solutions when he needs them to. He found the opportunity there to kill Sigvald and the Chaos Sorcerer relatively quickly in that fight, and that really saved the battle, which otherwise wouldn't have gone so well. Alright, see you in the next video, which will be the second game between these two guys.